would do a video on my little lunch, how I do lunch things and keep snack things in my house to benefit my family and keep them kind of on track along with me. I am like everybody else. I have well, not like everybody else, but I am addicted, like a lot of people, to snack foods. And I have an 11-year-old daughter and a 9 and a 5-year-old son. My son takes lunches every day, and he has sensory processing disorder, and he really eats snack foods. Now, he does eat a lot of good snack foods like fruits and vegetables, but he also likes things like goldfish crackers and cookies and marshmallows and things like that. So I try to do a nice even balance for him. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around and show you guys exactly how I have my setup for snacks and to make lunches. First of all, this is my Tupperware cabinet. I have it labeled. There's nothing really on the top shelf. I'm kind of sitting back because it wouldn't, I had to sit down because I couldn't get it in the camera, but it's labeled. The doors are labeled, so when the kids help out with dishes, they know exactly where things go. The containers I don't really send for lunches on the bottom. Those are right here. Those are mostly for, pardon my nails, but those are mostly for like after dinner, and the smaller ones are like for my portions. Up on the top there on the middle shelf, that is where we keep the water bottles. So that is just that cabinet. The kids like to take water bottles for school and for lunches, and a lot of times, sometimes they'll put Crystal Light or water enhancers in there, and sometimes they'll just take regular water because they can have water during the day at school. So that is that cabinet. Well, here is my my counter. I need to put this in there. This is just a loaf of bread that our neighbor brought us because a church in town gives away bread, and she dropped that off for us. And a water bottle. I don't know why that's there, but this is my little basket. Paper plates for lunches, like when we do lunches at home or quick dinners. And then this is usually what I put the kids' snacks on, like for the day, like for after school snack. I do have the chocolate chip cookies because my 5-year-old gets out of kindergarten like 45 minutes to an hour earlier. Actually, it is an hour earlier than my 2 older ones. So he comes home and immediately wants a snack. So I always have a snack readily available for him then. Of course, when his brother and sister get home and they want their snack, he wants a snack too. So I usually set 3 of the same thing out. So after they come home, while they do their homework or after their chores, then they can have a snack before dinner. And then I just place it all in this bag, or this basket, and then the paper plates fit nicely in there also. Excuse me. So then down here is the locked cabinet. Now we have to keep it locked because my daughter and my older son like to just readily take food, and I don't believe that that's the key. Hold on a minute. I got it open. It's just a thick padlock, and like I said, mostly my daughter, but my son is starting to follow suit. She likes to take food, and we tried many different options, and this was really the only thing that worked. And we're working very closely with her therapist and trying to get that kind of under control. Down here is basically everything for breakfast and lunches. As you see, I have everything labeled again. So this is breakfast foods, pretty much all on this side. You'll see we have 2 things of cereal. We have Lucky Charms and then Honey Nut Cheerios. And then down there I usually keep some kind of breakfast bars for something quick in the mornings if we don't have time for cereals. And now, right now, we have the apple cinnamon Nutri-Grain bars. And then back there is just my son Brendan. He's my 5-year-old. On Fridays, I give him a fun size candy in his lunch for just once a week on Fridays. And then we have bread if they want toast, and I also use that for sandwiches for lunch. Sorry about that, I ended the video. I just have these bins, and I don't know if you can, there, you can see them a little bit better. That bin is just all kinds of fruit. Applesauce, I mean all kinds of fruit in there. Now I'll take this one out because it's the one that's most interesting. In here I have baggies, and I just get, so when we went shopping I just got a bag of marshmallows, a bag of goldfish, a container of pudding, some of these little lemon cookies, and then I think, oh, there's a package of chocolate chip cookies, and peanut butter crackers, breadsticks, and I usually get different things each time, but that's, oh, and some fruit snacks. But that's what I got this time around, and usually I do this, I mean, pretty much whenever I run low, but it's usually, this will probably last me 2 weeks. Now I also babysit during the day, and these go for the boys that the 2 little boys that I babysit. It goes for their lunches too. So that's usually what I have in there. And then I let, Brendan is the only one that takes his lunch. The other 2 usually eat hot lunch. And then I let Brendan pick something out of each bin. Typically, he'll choose 2 fruits, and if I have room in his lunchbox, then I'll give him 2 fruits. Sometimes he'll want to pick 2 out of there, and depending on, I mean, obviously I don't let him have 2 sweets. So if he wants crackers and then cookies, he can have crackers and then cookies. And then up here are just, like, this is a bin that's just extras, extra snacks. Like I have a whole package of animal crackers, and another package of cereal, and then we have some popcorn, so that a lot of times my boys like popcorn with them. So that's what I do there, and it's up here, and nobody really gets into it, and they're not really allowed to be in here. So these I also have in there. They're just paper kitchen cups. I have them because my 2 older kids take medication, and in the mornings, usually at night, I set each cup out, and then in the mornings they just get the cup and come to me for their medicine. So that is that. And then this is my drink. Probably can't see, and I do have peanut butter there too, but this is my drink container. It has juice boxes, Crystal Light, and Tang. And then this is like a toolbox. But my son's grandma got him some candy for back to school. So I just put it in here so that it can't really be seen. And then they don't know what it is, and they don't really care to look because they don't think it's anything interesting. And then I'll put it in baggies for his treats for lunch. If I can get it snapped. So there's that, and then I just keep this balloon thing there because it's locked up and they're not playing with it. So that's what's in the locked cabinet. And then the last thing that has to pertain to lunch is right here in my drawer with my dish rags. I have just this extra Minion sandwich container, and we have another sandwich container somewhere too. And then in this little container here, I keep extra baggies. What these actually are the baggies that the other stuff was in. Like, if they're not really dirty, like, because, you know, crackers don't really get dirty, I just, like, empty out any crumbs that are in there, and I stick them in there, and then I reuse them. And then these are note cards because I generally put a note in Brendan's lunch. I try to do it every day, but sometimes it's not every day. So anyway, that is kind of how we control snacks, and it helps me and my husband too, because I mean, you have to really think. I mean, I know it seems dumb, but this is really the bulk of our junk food. This is the only so-called junk food that we have. So you really have to think when it's locked up. I mean, we did it because the kids were getting into it, but for us, we really have to think also, like, is it really worth going into our bedroom, getting the key, coming out, unlocking it, getting in there and locking it back up and putting the key back? So it really kind of makes you think. So I just wanted to make that video so you guys see what we do, and I hope you get something out of it, and I hope you liked it. So if you did, like, subscribe, leave me comments or messages or questions, and I will be happy to answer them. Have a good day.